6 blocks apart. They've been playing each other forever. Both schools are rich in tradition. Both schools over the years have just had excellent coaches, and it's no exception now. The programs are both headed up by 2 young, fine coaches who know the game and know how to get the kids to play.
And these are 2 schools that should contend for the OK Blue Championship.
Well, both these teams were rich in junior talent last year, and Godwin come out on top, but the 3 games that Godwin and Rogers played last year, the winning total in any one game was a mere 4 points. A mere 3 or 4 points separated them totally for 3 ball games.
Well, we expect, of course, both of them lost some graduates last year, but basically we're going to see the same players that we saw last year.
Well, both of them had great benches last year. Both of them were 6 and 7 deep, so basically what you've got back is starters intact for both ball clubs.
Rogers might have a slight height advantage, and you would think that Godwin might have the speed, but not really.
A game of versus speed, but if you watch Rogers get up and down the floor, and even the big guy, Jonathan Lewandowski, gets up and down, and he's a lot of times leading the break around the front end of it and being rewarded with easy baskets. So don't look for Rogers to stand around.
Well, it's a good one to start our season off with, no doubt about that.
It's going to have everything that you could ask for. Both these 2 teams are off to great starts. Rogers 3-0, Godwin 2-0. Rogers beating West Catholic and Catholic Central, 2 fine teams out of the City League. It should be a hell of a ball game.
Good. We'll be right back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off right after this message of importance on TV 23, your high school sports channel. Welcome once again to Rogers High School. As I said, we're kicking off our 11th season here this year of high school basketball, and we're very happy to have certain people underwrite our telecast. I would like to tell you that Play It Again Sports, the Nail Salon, Radio Shack, Shoe Carnival, the Bun Basket, Elger Swin, Roma Pizza. These people are underwriting this telecast tonight, and we would hope that you would take note of that and that you would patronize those people. And when you're in there, tell them you saw it on the basketball game on TV 23. And of course, if you would like to help underwrite a telecast, give us a call at the station at 532-6467. Talk to Craig or Tom. They'll set you up with a spot for here on high school basketball. We're going to take a look at the standings, Lyle. They're, of course, really young in the season with only 1 league game played up to tonight. And we'll see which one we put up here first. We should have the red first. We got the officials there for tonight first. They're Pat Wildy and Dan Zatarga are the 2 officials for tonight. So we get that out of the way here so we know who they are. And we'll see if we can get. There you see the OK red, Lyle.
Yeah, you've got 2 or 3 teams in that top position. Jenison, Granville, Grand Haven, those teams have had excellent seasons over the years, but that league from top to bottom is a great Class A league, and at on any Friday night, one of those teams could rise right to the top.
Some pretty good athletes in that league, as we saw, of course, Granville with a good group of athletes winning the state championship in football, and Rockford in there with a good football team, some good athletes, so it's a good high caliber league. And then we'll go, I believe, to the white. We see East Grand Rapids, Forest Hill Central, Hudsonville, and Zeeland.
Well, you got East Grand Rapids back in a familiar position. They've come off 2 or 3 great seasons in a row, and they're off to a pretty good start this year. Forest Hill Central and Hudsonville right up there near the top.
And then the gold quickly, as we're about ready to go, the public address announcer here is Cedar Springs, Wayland, South Christian, and Sparta winning. And then the silver, see Hopkins, Allendale, Comstock Park. And then the blue, as we're here, we'll recap that in a moment. Right now, we're going to go to our national anthem played by the Rogers Pep Band. Doing a wonderful job there with our national anthem. We're going to go now to our public address announcer here in a moment, who is Mark Sherparn, for the introduction of the starting lineups. As you see, number 12, Marlon Crosby introduced, and then number 21, Kevin Horan, number 22, Larry Copeland for the Godwin Heights Wolverines, 32 is Monty Cross, and 33 is Dana Baumgartner. And now we're going to have the introduction of the Rogers starting lineup. Number 10, John Hudson. He's a senior at 5'10", 145 pounds. 21 is Jacob Butkus. And Cassandro Colambula, number 42. Bo Kennedy is number 20. And number 52, Jason Lewandowski, the 6'6" senior for the Rogers Golden Hawks. So we'll review that for you. Crosby, Marlon Crosby at 5'7", 135 pounds for Godwin. And Kevin Horan, 6 foot, 175 pounds. Larry Copeland, 5'10". Monty Cross is 6'3", and Dana Baumgartner at 6'3". And for the Golden Hawks, Hudson, Kennedy, Butkus, Colambula, and Lewandowski. Waiting for the lights to come up here as they shut them down a little bit for our introduction of players. I mentioned tonight our statistician again this year. Welcome back, Pete. Pete Salamone helping us out here with the stats. And our cameramen are Tim Bendendorp, Brian Paris, Dale Shilton. Graphics is Rick Cornelisi. Our director is Doug Hanson, and our producer is Greg Lockwood. And our appreciation to the Rogers High School athletic staff with Ed Van Alsberg, the athletic director, for allowing us to come in here tonight, along with Gary Zackham, who is the AD for Godwin. Of course, the two coaches, we can't leave them out, Ron Heise and Perry Paganelli. Well, Lewandowski is going to go up against Monty Cross in the opening tip-off, and Godwin will control. Marlon Crosby's number 12, 21, Kevin Horan. Knocked loose, it's going to be over and back. Wasn't touched.
There's the pressure defense that Rogers likes to play. They'll get in the passing lanes and play good denial and force a turnover very, very early.
Bo Kennedy, number 20. 21 is Jacob Butkus as the guards. On the other side will be John Hudson, number 10. John Lewandowski's in the middle, along with Kasango Colambula. That's Kasango at the top of the key. Looking underneath. Into Lewandowski, back out. Butkus setting it up, looking. Very patient offense. Man-to-man defense on the part of Godwin. Kennedy with a jumper from the top of the key. Good for two. Godwin back quickly. Larry Copeland driving to the baseline, tries to put it inside, is tipped away, and coming back is Hudson. And he'll wait and set it up. Jake Butkus looking for Lewandowski's got him. Lewandowski doesn't have the turnaround, kicks it back out. Rebound high up there is Dana Baumgartner.
Dana's coming off a little bit of a football injury and a little bit slow to start the season, but he's looks like he's grown a foot and gained 20 pounds since last year, and he should be a force to be reckoned with inside.
Well, he's wearing a knee brace on his left knee, as you can see, and don't know how much that hampers his movement.
Well, I'm sure it's going to restrict it somewhat. He's still a good athlete, and they can't afford not to have him in there.
Dana shoots 76% from the line coming into tonight's game. Makes the first one. Makes it 2-1. Rogers leading. So he'll get the second shot. It was a 2-shot foul. He was shooting.
42.
Second one's good. So he's 2 for 2. Now Godwin after the basket with full court pressure. Kalambula kicking it across to Butkus. Butkus looking for Lewandowski and got away from him. So an unforced turnover, really.
Well, they're going to spend a lot of time trying to get that ball in low to Lewandowski, and he's going to have to move and meet the pass. That time just a little errant, and he couldn't get quite to it.
That's Horan into Baumgartner. Baumgartner looking for the turnaround to move, and he walked. Good defense that time by Lewandowski as he really held his position. Hudson, a quick move by Marlon Crosby. You see the speed of the Godwin guard as he come up from behind and just stole it away from him. Larry Copeland moving, kicks it out to Crosby for 3. It's good. 5-2 Godwin. 1 minute gone in the contest. First period here at Rogers High School. The Golden Hawks hosting the Fighting Wolverines of Godwin. Well, that's going to go against Monty Cross. Monty thought that was a little bit of a quick whistle.
Well, they're playing great pressure defense, but you can't wear the other guy on your jersey and expect to get away with contact like that in the backcourt.
Hudson. And a steal. He picked his pocket. Crosby on the drive. Will put it up. It's good. Well, Marlon Crosby doing an excellent job on defense. Good hands. Quick movement. There again. Knocked it away. Going to be Godwin's ball.
Well, they thrive on this pressure defense. 2 or 3 of these young guys aren't very big, but their speed and quickness makes up for a lack of size, and they get up and down the floor with a great deal of hustle.
Crosby trying to get it to Horan, and Hudson deflects it.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are a few vehicles that need to be moved immediately. The first one is a gray Intrepid, license number 70EXD.
Kevin Horan will bring it in and give it to Larry Copeland. Copeland setting up the offense at the top. He'll drive the lane and feed it off to Baumgartner. But he can't hang on to it. Stripped away and taken. Hudson coming back with it. Kalambula in the corner. Doesn't take it. Hudson looking into Lewandowski. They're double teaming him. Good job there by Crosby to knock the ball away. Reach back.
Well, both teams are playing somewhat of a collapsing man-to-man, and they're falling right down in that key, and every time Lewandowski gets the ball, there's 2 or 3 guys right around him.
Marlon Crosby gives it to Copeland. He'll work the right side. Give it off. Monty Cross's shot comes off the rim, and John Hudson will bring it back up for the Golden Hawks. 4:25 to go in the first period. It's 7-2 in favor of the Wolverines of Godwin. Lewandowski with a turnaround. No. Underneath, Hudson with a rebound. Kicks it out to Kalambula. To the top of the key to Jacob Butkus. It doesn't go. It's going to be offensive against Larry Copeland.
So they're penetrating hard to the ball, to the basket, and every chance that they get. And if there's no shot there, they've been dishing it off up to the outside for wing shots, but that time got too much of the defensive end.
Ryan O'Connor into the lineup, number 14 for the Golden Hawks. Moran trying to handle it, can't. It'll be Hawks ball on the side. Just under 4 minutes, 3:53 to go, first period. Score is still 7-2 in favor of the Wolverines. Butkus gives it off the other side to Columbula. 14 is O'Connor. That's Bo Kennedy. Into Lewandowski. Lewandowski trying to feed it back out. Again, quick hands. This time on the part of Horan, knocks it loose, and Copeland brings it up. And he'll drive the lane, put it up. No. And I think Baumgartner is going to be called for over the back on the rebound.
Godwin foul on number 33. Dana Baumgartner, his first, team third. Number 43, Brian Fleischer, checks into the Golden Hawks.
So both teams stuck right there at 7-2 right now, Lyle.
Well, they've had a lot of opportunities to get the ball into the inside and try to score, but the quick hands on both of these defenses is not getting anybody a good look at the basket. And if they don't get that ball up and off very quickly, they're not getting a very good shot off.
Butkus. That's O'Connor. Ryan drives aside, he decides to go the lane all the way. Baumgartner rejects it out of bounds. Well, there's quite a bit of difference there between O'Connor at 5'6" and Baumgartner at 6'3".
He got down amongst the trees there.
That's Butkus, O'Connor. Brian Fleischer, number 43, is in now in the middle in place of Lewandowski. Into Fleischer. Back out. Butkus, no. Baumgartner up for the rebound. The big man brings it down.
The Golden Hawks are getting some good looks from the three-point line, but right now they're not putting them in, and they're going to have to start putting some of those down to stay in the ballgame.
Crosby, no.
Rogers foul number 20, Bo Kennedy, his first.
Bo Kennedy.
Team second.
I had to wait for the PA announcer on that one, Lyle. I didn't see what happened underneath there. It was kind of a crowd.
2 or 3 of them came together, and it was difficult to sort it out from here, but official right on top of it.
2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. It's still 7-2 Wolverines. Both teams tipped. And Copeland picks up the loose ball. Set up the offense. Marlon Crosby would take it. Looking to put a move on. Puts it in the corner to Kevin Horan. No, Baumgartner with a big rebound. Columbula with a block. You saw there, Dana Baumgartner talking to Columbula saying, nice job, you know. Did a good job of getting up there.
A lot of respect for each other.
Good sportsmanship.
These kids know each other and played against each other for a lot of years, and they recognize a job well done.
Copeland out front with the basketball. Kicks it off the other side to Crosby. Crosby will take the jumper. No. And Jonathan Lewandowski back into the ball game. Grabs that rebound. Lewandowski for the layup. Good. So that's the first 2 points since about the first minute of the ball game with 1:45 to go here in the first period. It's 7-4 now. Both
penetration that time by Columbula, but set that basket up.
Both teams having problems scoring here. And the ball's loose, struggled for. Kalambula comes up with it, gives it to Hudson. Hudson feeds it off to Kennedy. He's driving, puts it up, goal! 7-6. Godwin has the lead now as 2 unanswered baskets here by the Golden Hawks.
Well, that was a fast break, run to perfection. 3-on-2 coming down the floor, and 2 great passes and an easy layup.
Here you saw Monty Cross go baseline and come back up and do a good job of putting the ball in under a lot of pressure. Makes it 9-6 with just under a minute to go now, 55 seconds in the first period. Kalambula drives the lane, puts it up, and draws a foul. So Cassandro will go to the line. So far this year, he's only been to the line twice, but he's made both of them. Well, he's 100%.
25, Ray Hall joins the lineup at the line for the Golden Hawks, number 46.
Second foul on Baumgartner. Coach Rob Heisey got to make a decision with him soon.
Bulla makes it 3 for 3 on the season. I'm surprised he hasn't been to the free throw line more than that. 3 ball games, as much as he handles the basketball. Right.
Well, they use a very good motion offense, and that ball is in the hands of all 5 of those players. I mean, any given situation, and the scoring and the assists and so forth are pretty evenly spread.
Jason Keenan is in the lineup now at number 31 for the Wolverines. As Baumgartner gets a rest here with less than a minute to go in the first period. And also Ray Hall is in, number 25, as you see. Copeland and Cross working it outside, trying to get it inside to Cross in the corner, but he kicks it back out. With 19 seconds, they'll play for the last shot here, first quarter.
Rogers doing a great job with that sagging defense. That ball goes inside, and they're collapsing around it, and the pivot man's got to get the ball either up or out, and he hasn't had much chance to get it up.
Down to 5, 3, 2, and he draws a foul. With 1 second to go, he almost took too much time there. I'm not sure if he'd let him go, whether he would have got it off, Lyle.
It was touch and go. He had to get it up just after the foul was called, or just before, but foul bailed him out.
Ryan O'Connor back in the lineup, racing Bo Kennedy.
Might have been a good foul, Ray, with only 1 second to go. It's going to be difficult to get the shot up.
Unless you can get it, and you don't. The inbound pass is stolen by Bo Kennedy. So at the end of 1 period here at Rogers High School, it's the Godwin's Wolverines 9 and the Golden Hawks 7. We're going to take a break for this public service announcement. We're TV 23, WKTV.
Other times when you can see him, you can't pick him up. When you can pick him up, your legs might not work to get you there. Multiple sclerosis randomly attacks the nervous system, so you never know what life will be like from one day to the next. After 50 years of helping people with MS, we're closer than ever to a cure. Help us find it.
Well, at the end of 1 period, 9-7. Lyle, you mentioned one person there having 2 fouls.
That was Dana Baumgartner. He's the only one who's really in foul trouble at this point.
And he's not to start the second period, so he's Rob Heisey is going to let him sit for a minute here.
So far, the game's everything we thought it would be. The fast tempo, both teams playing pressure man-to-man and getting the ball up and down the floor.
Hudson looking inside to Lewandowski, puts a move on, it's up, it's good, and he's fouled. I think that's going to go against Jason Keenan, but we'll wait and see. 31 is right. That's Jason's first.
Lewandowski now has got quite a size advantage on Keenan in there, and he's been able to back him down in that low post, and that's basically what Rogers wants to get done.
John's 42% from the line, 1 for 1 tonight. Puts the Golden Hawks up for the first time at 10-9 here with 7:45 to go in the second period. So they came out, scored 3 points, and went ahead by 1. Horan getting it in to Keenan. Takes the shot. Steve Henkin, number 40 in the lineup now for the Golden Hawks. Both coaches use their bench wisely. Lewandowski with a rebound. He'll put it back. No. Battling for it. Put back. Lewandowski with a putback. And Coach Rob Heisey on the far side making a gesture to the referee about being over the top. And the Wolverines are going to take a timeout here with 1 minute to go as they fall behind by 3 with 5 unanswered points. So we'll take a break here for a public service announcement. Once again, remind you, we're WKTV, your high school sports channel in Western Michigan on TV 23, coming to you tonight from Rogers High School.
There's a lot of bad news in the world. Here's some good. Warren Zorek brought help to an elderly fire survivor, 28 stories up, no elevator. Elaine King breathed life into a stranger's dying baby boy. Kristen Zimke resuscitated a dying man who collapsed in a crowd. Keep the good news coming. Give your time and support to the American Red Cross now, because help can't wait.
12-9 Rogers here early in the second period. It was 9-7 at the end of the first period, but Rogers coming out here with 5 unanswered points. And so Coach Rob Heisey want to talk it over. Ball knocked away by Kevin Horan. A scramble for it. It's going to be a jump ball, and the alternate possession is going to go to Godwin.
Well, that time the Wolverines did a good job of collapsing down in on Lewandowski. Got some great weak side help, and if they don't continue to help Keenan with that weak side help, he's going to have his hands full.
6:45 to go in the second period. Driving the lane and kicking it out for the three-pointers. Crosby, no good. Good rebound in there by Jason Keenan.
Tipped in by Cross.
Put back by Crosby, or Cross or Crosby?
Marty Cross.
Monty with a big rebound up the tip in. Bo Kennedy.
How's that?
Baseline. O'Connor, good. 14-11 Rogers. 6 minutes to go, second period. 6 minutes, 6:05 actually. Copeland looking underneath for Monty Cross. Drives, kicks it back to Monty. Off his foot. Marlon Crosby picks it up. And they'll set it up all over again as Copeland takes it up to the top of the key. Out to Cross, looking. And again, turnover.
And Rogers keeping the pressure right on defensively. Coach Perry Paganelli using his bench and keeping a lot of fresh players in, and as a result, the defensive pressure has been substantial.
Third turnover for the Hawks. They lead by 3. Butkus, Kennedy. Kalambula will take it from the side. No.
Both teams continue to shoot poorly that first quarter. Both teams under 30%, so they're going to pick up the pace that way.
Now that's a player control foul. Larry Copeland, 22, his second, team 7th. But of course, you don't shoot the offensive foul, do you?
Godwin likes to penetrate to that key and then dish the ball off on the outside, but Rogers doing a good job of setting right in there and holding their defensive positions and drawing a couple of charges off it.
Kalambula drives the lane, but he walked. A little bit of a crowd. He took a stutter step there to get through. Which one do we shoot now, Lyle? The 7th foul or 8th?
Shoot on the 7th one.
7th one, okay. Nice move that time by Monty Cross, but the shot doesn't go. Ray Hall with a rebound. Moran picks it up. Cross to 3. No. Hudson comes off with it. He's fouled by Kevin Horan, number 21. That's his first. We're in a 1-and-1 now for Rogers.
His first. Team 8.
So John Hudson will go to the line. John's an excellent free throw shooter. He's 87% for the year so far.
Well, John's been doing a good job on the floor, handling the ball, getting the ball inside to the big center, and just doing a heck of a job with his overall floor game. He's also pulled down 2 or 3 real big rebounds.
Lewandowski did a good job of keeping it alive, but the Hawks could not control it. Monty Cross with a move, and he draws the foul. See whether that goes on Lewandowski or Kennedy.
It's going to be Kennedy.
It is.
Godwin doing a little better job of getting the ball down the low post now, with Cross being the recipient of some very nice passes in there. And as of yet, he hasn't been able to score, but he's been able to get to the free throw line.
As you mentioned earlier, both teams doing a good job of collapsing on those big men when they get the ball down low, of double teaming the ball in the paint. Really giving a hard time for him to even get the shot up.
Well, if they don't, both of them are going to get hurt by the big people down inside.
Horan with a rebound, puts it back up, and ties it up at 14 with 4:14 to go in the second period. Lewandowski on the long pass, shuffled his feet.
Lewandowski did a great job of getting up the floor. We said before the ball game that he can get up and down with the best of them, and that was a good example of a great hustler. Lewandowski.
First man down. The 4th turnover for the Golden Hawks.
It was nice to see them reward him too for his hustle. He got that ball right down to him.
Cross, good. Monty puts it in. Monty averaging 7.5 points a game this year. Kalambula back quickly, will drive the lane, put it up, it's good. Kalambula answers by driving the lane. 16-16. 3:40 to go in the second period. From the corner, no. Kennedy with a rebound. Or Hudson, rather.
I think that's his 3rd or 4th rebound. He's been all over those boards.
Kennedy from the corner for 3. 19-16 Golden Hawks. Marlon Crosby looking, deflected, fast break. Hudson will take it in for the layup. No. Lewandowski puts it back, good. 21-16. So the Golden Hawks with a run here of 4 or 5.
Another good example of Lewandowski hustling down the floor, following up that miss.
Cross, good. No contact there.
A little bumping going on down inside there. It's a little bit difficult
driving
to
the
sort
lane,
out.
puts it up, good. 23-18, it's a 5-point lead with 2:35 to go in the second period. Kevin Horan, no. Kalambula will give it off to Bo Kennedy as the Golden Hawks bring it up from the corner. Hudson, no. Butkus with a rebound, will give it to Kennedy at the top of the key for 3. No, Cross with a rebound. Crosby brings it up. Stops for the jumper. Won't go. Battle for the rebound, goes out of bounds, and Godwin will control it on their own baseline.
Godwin continues to get good looks at the basket, but they can't seem to find the bottom of the net.
Replacing Jim Butkus.
You can see the pace of the game, Ray, starting to take its toll on these kids out there. They're all gasping for breath out there, but they'll continue to play at this pace until there's nothing left in them.
Bailey is in the lineup now for the Rogers Golden Hawks, replacing Butkus with 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and a 5-point lead for the Golden Hawks. Kalambula looking in for Lewandowski. It isn't there. Take it back out and set it up. Kennedy will give it to Hudson. Looking for Lewandowski to cut through. Not there. 3-point attempt by Bailey. No good. Back the other way, and it's batted away by Kalambula from behind. Well, nobody helped Marlin out on that one to let him know somebody was coming.
Nice play by Kalambula getting up behind him, but again, like you said, somebody should have let Crosby know that he was right on his heels.
Ray Hall's number 25. Cross for 2 from the corner, no. Battle underneath, Kennedy will come out. Hudson comes out with it. John Hudson's a scrapper. He's in there underneath that board all the time. He comes out with the ball quite often.
I got him down for 4 or 5 rebounds, so he's around the ball all the time.
Lewandowski looks, kicks it back out to Kalambula for 3, no. The tip is controlled by Hudson. Kalambula can't control it. Kick it out to Bo Kennedy for 3. Yes! Lead is 8, 26-18 with 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Rogers doing a good job of moving the ball around that perimeter, in and out, and getting good looks at the basket, and now he's starting to put them down.
Well, Rob Heisey calling his team out to the midcourt. He wants them to wait for 1 shot. 2 points on the board here. Cut the lead to 6 going into halftime. I hope that the Hawks may cool off a little bit at halftime. They've had a good second period here. 17 seconds. Marlon Crosby. We haven't really seen a spurt by Godwin yet, which they're capable of doing.
Well, they've had great spurts and great looks, but they just are not shooting the ball well.
Well, there they didn't get a real good look at it either. So at the end of the first period, it's the Golden Hawks 26 and the Wolverines of Godwin 18. We're going to be right back with a pom-pom routine right after this message of importance on TV 23. We're WKTV. You got to wait just a second? Okay. We'll be right back. TV 23, Wyoming.
Steve Veenstra produces aviation shows. And these sports fans volunteered and produced a weekly sports program. Cindy and Richard now produce their show for parrot enthusiasts. These volunteers produce a weekly show for senior citizens. So what are you doing? Wyoming Kentwood Community Television.
Lyle, what do you got there as far as scoring in that first half?
Well, the big score in the first half so far has been Bo Kennedy for Rogers, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 points, and Jonathan Lewandowski chipping in with 9, so they've been a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Okay, we're going to go now to the pom-pom routine, a little Christmas routine here for the Rogers Golden Hawks pom-pom girls, ladies, I should say. And we'll pick that up at center court.
Please welcome the Rogers High School pom-pom squad.
fine routine by the Rogers High School Pom-Pom squad. So we're going to be right back after this message. We'll be back with the second half after this message. We're WKTV, Wyoming, Kentwood.
7 of 24.
A child's picture of the holidays shouldn't include lung disease, yet lung disease and breathing problems are the #1 killer of infants. And over 4 million children live with the threat of asthma attacks. But the American Lung Association is helping these children to become their own pictures of good health all year round. So help fight lung disease. Support this year's Christmas Seal campaign from the American Lung Association, because when you can't breathe...
Now back here at Rogers High School, and we want to remind you once again that this high school basketball game is underwritten by Play It Again Sports, the Nail Salon, Radio Shack, Shoe Carnival, the Bun Basket, Elger Swin, and Roma Pizza. Our appreciation to these sponsors, and we would hope that you would stop by and tell them that you appreciate them underwriting high school athletics here at TV 23. And if you would like to help by underwriting, give us a call at the station, 532-6467. Ask for Greg or Tom or one of the persons there. They'll help you out. And you, too, can be an underwriter. Lyle, what's the stats for that first half?
Well, statistically, Pete's told me here that Godwin shooting only 7 for 22 from the floor, while the Golden Hawks came up with 11 for 27. So the shooting by Rogers picked up considerably in that second quarter, and as a result, it put 19 big points on the board. Turnovers continued to mount for both ball clubs. Rogers with 10 and Godwin with 9, but again, attribute that to the pace and tempo of the game that both these teams are playing.
Well, we expected it to be close. Rogers off to a little slow start. They set on that 4 for quite a while there. Of course, both teams had problems scoring in that first quarter. 9-7 was what it ended up, and not typical of these two teams. They're capable of putting many more points than that on the board, as was shown in the second. So.
Well, they're both of them are much better shooting teams than they've shown here tonight, and I just think the pressure and the tempo and the pace is throwing some of their shots off. So Godwin, I'm sure, has got to has been told they've got to pick up the shooting, or either look for a little bit better shots, or try to get the ball down in deep to either Baumgartner or across now and see if they can get some points on the board.
The Hawks will control on the alternate possession starting the second half. The same starting the second half as we started the ball game. That's Columbula working the right side, takes the jumper, tries to play the board, it comes back off. Grab the rebound. Lewandowski on the turnaround. Good. 10-point lead, 28-18. Jonathan comes out, puts it up early. Driving the lane was Marlon Crosby. He drew the foul. Marlon will go to the line.
Golden Hawk foul number 42, Cassandro Columbula. His second, team first in the second half.
Columbula's second foul tonight. Team's first this half, but a shooting foul, so Crosby will have an opportunity for 2. He puts it in, maintains his 100% free throw shooting for the year so far. In and out, rims it out. Lewandowski with a rebound. Columbula, Hudson. They'll set up their offense. Quick hands by Copeland. Knocks it out of bounds. Rogers will control on the side. Bo Kennedy will inbound. 21 is Butkus. Hudson, three-pointer, good. You're going to have to pick them up out there and get a hand in their face. They can score those.
Good screen set down low on Hudson's defensive player. Gave him all the time in the world to put the ball up.
Honey Cross with a drive at the middle. Does a good job, puts it up. Cuts the lead back to 10, 31-21. Kennedy working. Everybody within the three-point arc there, but really down in, pushing it down in deep. Now Hudson takes a shot from the three-point line. No good. Back quickly the other way is Copeland on the left side. Hudson gets a piece of the ball, feeds it off to Baumgartner. Tried to strip it away with Butkus, but he gets called for the foul. But for a minute, he's going to get away with it.
Well, both these teams very quick hands, and you put the ball down the floor too long down there in the key, and somebody's going to get a piece of it.
Moran will inbound. Copeland, and they'll bring it back out to the top. That's Cross working baseline, puts it up. No, Lewandowski will take the rebound. Cross a little bit off balance on that one.
Yeah, that was too bad, too, because Godwin did a nice job moving the ball around and getting the ball down into the low post for him so he could get a decent shot at the basket.
Lewandowski again called for travel. Lead is 10 with 6:09 to go here in the third period. It's 31-21. The Golden Hawks have the lead. Larry Copeland. Crosby on the side, feeds into Baumgartner. Baumgartner up for the shot, no good. Butkus will bring it back for the Hawks.
Well, they've done a good job 2 times down the floor, getting the ball in deep in the low post, and 2 pretty good looks at the basket to come away with nothing.
Lewandowski with a turnaround. No. Columbulla strips it away from Crosby. Again, Lewandowski this time will feed it off to Kennedy. Now back into John. Jonathan on the move is fouled.
That's going to be on Baumgartner. I think it's 3rd.
Wolverine foul number 33.
Dana is 6'3", 220 in there, and Lewandowski is 6'6", 225. So you got 2 pretty good sized men going at it there. Kennedy will drive it.
Basket won't count. Offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Rogers, number 20 for Kennedy. His third, team third.
5:17, the lead is 10 yet, 31-21. Copeland. Top of the key, off to the side to Marlon Crosby. He'll take the jumper for 2, good. Good ball movement that time. They got themselves a good look at it.
They've been a little bit more patient in their half-court offense, and as a result, have had some pretty good looks now.
Trying to force it into Lewandowski. They do get it, Troy. He takes it down the base, down the paint. 33-23, Rogers. Moran gives it to Baumgartner. He'll give it back to Copeland, and they'll set up their offense.
You can see the difference in what a year has made for Lewandowski and his ball handling and taking the ball to the basket. Last year, a little bit tentative, but this year going with the poise of a veteran.
That's Hudson, number 10, gives off to Bo Kennedy. Hudson for 3, yes, count it! 36-23, 13-point lead with 4:06 to go in the third period. Crosby, nice drive by Monty.
Monty Cross on that one.
Butkus, Columbulla on the drive, gets the step on his man and takes it all the way in. Point lead, 38-25. The Golden Hawks have the lead with 3:25 to go. Third period, Crosby up. No, can't put it in, and Lewandowski clears the board for the Golden Hawks.
And again, another great look at the basket and come away empty.
Hudson, Kennedy, and Butkus handle the ball out front. Lewandowski and Columbulla work the baseline. Here's Columbulla, comes out on the right side. Very patient, part of the Golden Hawks.
Well, he's a great motion offense and set a lot of down screens, and as a result, their shooters are getting some pretty good looks at the basket.
Coach Paganelli liked that one. Good ball movement, worked for the good shot, and got a very high percentage shot. And Butkus, Jacob Butkus, put it down. Crosby.
Good patience and good motion.
Kalambula brings it back the other way. Baumgartner strips it. Saved.
That's over and back.
But over and back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's winning 50-50 ticket number 0713.
Well, there's a few people thought it was a loose ball, but it wasn't really because the Godwin
The ball
Rogers
did get loose on the floor, but Rogers was the last team in possession of the basketball until change of possession. Rogers had possession and put the ball in the backcourt, and as a result got the turnover.
Well, we're going to keep it here this time out. We'll tell you that 2 weeks from tonight, after the first of the year, on January 3, we're going to be at Godwin for the Middleville-Godwin game. And then the week after that, on the 10th, we'll be at Wyoming Park for the Hudsonville game. And so we're going to be here every Friday night except for next Friday. And you see the cheerleaders on the floor. Let me tell you who they are. For Rogers, we got Rebecca Behrens, Carolyn DeMag, Amanda Dusenberry, Janelle Jansen, Kelly Cornillo, Sarah Miller, Erica Morris, Jill Patrick, Jennifer Thornton, Carol Van Kalker, Anne-Marie Westfeld, and their coach for Rogers is Regina Smolinski. For Godwin, Chantel Acker, Carrie Balcom, Katie Connor, Mandy Crawford, Lindy DeYoung, Rachel Hoffman, Molly Klee, Amanda Olazuski, Carrie Scribner, Sarah Swick, Stacy Winger, Sana Young, and their coach is Kim Willever. So those young ladies doing a good job here tonight, cheering their teams on. And as you can see, everybody enjoys themselves in high school athletics. Cheerleaders, players, fans, everybody. Godwin with the basketball after the timeout. 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Again, turnover. Bailey is in now for Rogers, number 32. Clotis. Cleotis is 5'10", junior.
Number 25, Ray Hall. Checks into the Godwin High School.
Ray Hall
Paganelli still going to his bench and doing a good job of getting fresh bodies in there, and all of them that have gone in have contributed.
Copeland bring it up for the Wolverines. 25 is Hall. Trying to get into Baumgartner and tipped away nicely there by Brian Fleischer. Fleischer doing a good job of getting his hands on the ball as he is in there now giving Lewandowski a rest. Copeland working on Butkus, kicks it off to the side. Crosby will take the jumper. They just haven't been hitting those. They're good percentage shots. They just haven't been going down for them, Lyle.
Everything looks like it's being short-armed in there tonight.
Leaser looks for Butkus, back out to Hudson. Kalambula in the corner. Tries to get around Otis Bailey, or excuse me, Monty Cross. It's a turnover. Back the other way, a 15-point lead. Fifth turnover. 40-25 with 35 seconds to go here in the third period. Shot probably forced a little bit there, Lyle.
He had 2 or 3 guys right on him, and he wasn't about to get off a clean one.
Gives Rogers credit on their defense, I guess.
Well, he looked like he had some room to work on the baseline. All of a sudden, it closed up very quickly.
Did a good job of helping out.
Great job of weak help side defense.
Down to 5 seconds here in the third period. Shots off. Rebound, no good. That's the end of 3 here at Rogers High School. And the Golden Hawks lead it 40-25. We'll be right back. We're WKTV TV 23.
Excuse me. Do you wear your safety belt?
Why, no. I don't wear my safety belt.
Thank you.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Well, back here, it's a 15-point lead, Lyle, with 8 minutes to go.
Well, the difference has been the shooting. Rogers been able to put back-to-back 2 pretty good quarters from the in the shooting game, and Godwin's still struggling, trying to get find the bottom of the net.
Copeland, 22, working top the key. Kevin Horan on the left side. Ray Hall. Looking inside to cross. Tip. Fleecer got his hand on it. Baumgartner. Kevin Horan for the baseline. Good for 2. Leads 13, 40-27.
They need his outside scoring to get back in this thing.
There's a good strip by Larry Copeland. He takes it up for a layup. So the lead is cut to 11. Just that quick. Was 15 a minute ago. Half a minute ago.
The Wolverines is capable of putting the
There's
ball
another steal.
on the scoreboard in bunches. There's another example of it.
Rogers will take a timeout as Godwin comes back with 6 quick ones to take it 40-31. So we'll take a break for a public service announcement. We'll be back after this message on TV 23.
We're America's National Guard. When our country calls, you can find us half a world away. At home, we're providing relief in times of disaster, helping to fight the war on drugs, helping kids to learn about life and reach for their dreams. The National Guard, serving in our communities, around the globe, and points in between.
Well, Lyle, 6 quick points there by the Wolverines, and Coach Perry Paganelli wanted to stop that. Took a timeout here, but good defense in the backcourt.
Looks like they're starting to get their second win. Coach Rob Heisey's been playing just a 6-man rotation, and the kids are starting to pick it up here in the end of the third quarter and start of this fourth quarter.
Well, we talked early in the game about these guys' ability, quickness with their hands, and being able to strip the basketball, pick the pocket. They did that very well there early in that third period, or fourth period rather.
Well, there's number 4 on Baumgartner.
Wolverine foul on number 33, Dana Baumgartner, is
Fourth.
Team
Number 4.
Cleo Bailey at the line for the Golden Hawks, shooting 2.
Cleotis Bailey. First free throw attempt for the year is good. Lane violation.
Number 42, Cassandra Kapula, rejoins the Golden Hawk lineup, replacing 32, Cleo Bailey.
Who was the violation of? It was on Rogers, I guess. 41-31, the lead is 10. Copeland. Baumgartner, no. Tip back. Haran. Go after it. Struggle on the sideline, and Kevin tried to bounce it off one of the Rogers players' leg, but I think it came back and hit him, went out of bounds. But he was trapped there.
Nice job of pressure defense. So he tried to throw it off Butkus' leg, but Butkus stepped back, and as a result, hit nothing but air.
Oh, underneath. Kennedy will go, but Lewandowski with a putback. Good. 43-31.
A great look by Hudson down underneath there. Found the man all alone underneath the basket. And Lewandowski, Johnny on the spot, falling up on the miss.
Three-pointer. I believe it was Cross. 43-34. Driving is Columbola. He's going to be charged with a player control. Traveling.
Golden Hawk foul number 42, Cassandra Kapula, his third. Team four.
Timeout.
Rogers.
Timeout Rogers. 5:49 to go. It's 43-34. The lead is 9. We'll take a break. Remind you, every Friday night, high school basketball right here at TV 23.
Doers. People who do something with their lives. They're hidden in small towns, thriving in big cities. Some have the most stuff, some have the least. They're born into sturdy houses and single-parent homes. Doers know no gender, and the only race that counts is the one that's being run. Doing something with your life, it's not about where you come from. It's about where you're headed.
The Navy encourages you to rise to the challenge.
Well, Lyle, what were those stats for the three quarters?
Well, Rogers still continuing to shoot pretty well. They were 6 for 11 in that quarter. Godwin 3 for 9, and all of them came in that spurt just at the very end there.
The lead is 9. Wolverines will have the basketball. Copeland working around the perimeter, gives it back to Ray Hall. Into Baumgartner, puts it up. No, it won't go.
Again, Wolverines doing a good job of getting the ball down underneath, but the big guys can't seem to convert those little puppies in there.
Dana will shoot 2.
33, Baumgartner at the line.
Good.
As active as Lewandowski's been in that ball game down there tonight underneath both boards, he's managed to only pick up that one foul.
No good. Lewandowski with a rebound. Gives it off to Columbola. Can't control it. O'Connor tried to save it. Little mix-up between Columbola and Kennedy there. Kennedy thought it was O'Connor down deeper.
One of the few unforced turnovers they've had. They've done a good job most night taking care of the basketball.
Copeland. They work the ball around the perimeter, looking inside all the time for Baumgartner and Cross. There's the cross in the paint with a turnaround up. Nice touch, but it won't go again. We've got a foul underneath. It's going to go against Godwin.
Godwin falling number 25, Ray Hall, his first.
Ray Hall's first, team third. It gives Rogers at basketball. O'Connor working it. Gives off to Hudson. Hudson to Kennedy. Got Colombola loose on the right side. He'll put it up. No good. Lewandowski with a rebound. He'll put it up. No good. He's fouled.
A lot of contact underneath the basket. Really a good no call by the official. The defensive player had good defense position, held his ground. Offensive player came in, got his shot off, backed off. A little bit of collision, but no harm, no foul.
So just under 5 minutes with 4:56 to go. The lead is 8. We've got to mop the floor up a little bit as we had players all over the floor. We mentioned earlier the officials for tonight's game are Pat Wildy and Dan Latarga.
They've done an excellent job under a very hostile situation tonight.
Well, the emotions run high when you got teams that know each other so well. They want to do so well against each other. And
two guys in the stripes have done a good job of just keeping their poise and calling the game as they've seen it. They've done a heck of a job so far.
Copeland driving the lane, puts it up, goes his team within 6. 43-37. As they're eating away at it. And we're behind by 15. Down to 6. Please don't count this team out. Loose ball. Copeland got a piece of it, but Ray Hall couldn't quite save it. So Rogers will control. Kennedy gets it across to Bailey. That's Butkus. Inside to Lewandowski, drives into the paint, turns around, puts it up. Good. Lead is back to 8. Copeland looking underneath the cross, it's off his fingertips. It's tipped by Butkus and in off the fingertips of Cross. Long pass down to Butkus, puts it in!
It was a great pass.
Lead is back to 10. Copeland has it stripped by Hudson. Baumgartner picks it up, is left wide open, he goes in, puts it away. A good move by Dana Baumgartner.
He had two guys reeling to his left and left him all alone going back to his right.
Kennedy looks at it. No, he'll put it into Lewandowski. He puts it up. 49-39. Driving with Copeland. Ball's rejected. Ray Hall rejected again by Lewandowski. Goes out of bounds. Godwin will control on their own baseline with 3:25 to go. They trail by 10. They were down as many as 15, came back within 6. Ray Hall has it stripped, back the other way. Cletus Bailey, no good.
Good patience on defense by John Hudson that time. Baumgartner got a little nervous to the ball and got his pocket picked.
Kennedy. Baumgartner does a good job of... What do you do, call timeout? Okay, Baumgartner did a good job on his back of getting the loose ball and called a timeout. So 3 minutes to go. We'll take a break with 10-point lead here at Rogers High School. TV 23.
Sometimes when you hear him crying, you can't see him. Other times when you can see him, you can't pick him up. When you can pick him up, your legs might not work to get you there. Multiple sclerosis randomly attacks the nervous system, so you never know what life will be like from one day to the next. After 50 years of helping people with MS, we're closer than ever to a cure. Help us find it.
3 minutes left in the ball game, and as you see, the lead is 10. Rogers has it 49-39. And Godwin's got to put a move on here. They did a good job of cutting it from 15 to 6, and then lost a couple baskets here again to go drop back to 10. But
shooting's picked up tremendously. They're just about 70% this quarter, and Rogers still shooting well, though, at 50%. A lot of those baskets coming off of great defense by the Wolverines. They're picking the pockets of the Golden Hawks and converting them to easy layups.
Copeland loses it. Hudson will take it to the side and set it up. Not going to hurry it down. To Kennedy on the side. Butkus with Haran on him. Under a 5-second call.
So here's where the motion offense of Rogers, the down screens and getting people open to receive the pass or to get a good look at the basket is going to pay off.
The foul is going to be on Monty Cross, and it's going to send Kasango Kalambula, I believe, to the line. No, it's going to send Cleotis Bailey to the line. No, it's not even going to do that. It's not bonus. 15 foul. I'll get it straight. Rogers inbound their own baseline, bring it out to the top of the key. They find Lewandowski underneath. Good.
Well, they're finding him down in there, but I tell you, the big guy's doing just a heck of a job of getting himself open and available for that pass.
He's working real hard. Baumgartner puts a move on Lewandowski. He blocks it. I believe that's going to go on Ray Hall. So we're down to 2:10 now with a 12-point lead. The Golden Hawks have the basketball, and they have the lead by 12. And 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Butkus. That time Baumgartner on a good defensive play. The big man out.
He stepped right into the passing lane and deflected that pass.
Copeland, just under 2 minutes, 1:55. They got to start putting them up now, the three-pointers. Kevin Haran has 5 of them this year. He's a good three-point shooter.
Golden Hawk calling for 21, Jake Butkus. His second, team 6.
Well, they got him a second. I think it's his third. But anyway, it was on Butkus. Copeland has the basketball at the top of the key. Intercepted by Cleotis Bailey, down to Kennedy. And Kennedy fouled by Baumgartner.
That's going to be an intentional foul, Ray.
They call it an intentional foul?
That'll be Baumgartner's 5th. Well, Kennedy had a good breakaway going, and Baumgartner did a good job of trying to hustle down and stop the shot. It was a good hard foul, but it wasn't the type of situation where it was intended to maim or hurt. He just grabbed a hold of him and tried to keep him from getting the easy layup. But the official right on top of the play did a good job of calling the intentional foul.
He had ball, but he had a lot of body to it. Of course, Rob Heiser arguing the point because it's a 2-shot foul anyway, but they get possession of the basketball after the shot. That's what's so critical about the intentional foul. So after all of that, Bo Kennedy will go to the line. Bo shoots 83% from the line. You shoot 2. And then, good. Rogers will get the basketball.
Number 23, Josh Alvin, checks into the Godwin lineup.
Josh Elvin into the lineup for Godwin in place of Ray Hall. Kennedy makes the second one. Now the lead is 14.
And they will get the ball underneath the basket because the ball would be put in place at the closest spot nearest the foul.
I was wondering about that. I thought it would be brought back to midcourt, but the ball was knocked right out of bounds there.
That would be the case in a technical foul, but on the intentional foul, it's the nearest point of the foul.
That foul is going to go on Monty Cross. On Butkus. Butkus will go to the line. So now, Coach Paganelli calling all his players back away from the free throw line. Gabe Gums comes in the lineup for Monty Cross.
Tempers and emotions starting to flare a little bit out there, and both these teams are going to have to get it under control before we have something detrimental happen as far as this ball game is concerned.
Well, we have Jason Keenan in there for Godwin, along with Kevin Horan. Josh Albert. Gabe Gums. Kalambula back in the lineup for the Golden Hawks. 129. Lead is 16, 55-39. Kevin Horan. No. Hudson with a rebound. Copeland on him. So we got foul away from the ball over there, and we had one here. We'll see which one. I think the one over there was first, across court. So Steve Stanley in the lineup, replacing Kevin Horan.
John Hudson in the line for the Golden Hawks, shooting 1-1.
So John Hudson, an 87% free throw shooter, will go to the line. Good. 56-39. Good. Remind you that next week we will, or not next week, 2 weeks from tonight, January 3, we will be at Middleville. Or at Godwin, rather, for Middleville. 1:03 left in the ball game, 57-39. The Golden Hawks are going to win this battle. And wait, the Wolverines will be waiting for the rematch in about 4 or 5 weeks at their home court. 46 seconds. When we come back after the first year, of course, we'll be TV 10, as we are going to change channels December 31st. So mark that in your little notebook or mentally that will no longer be TV 23, will be TV 10, channel 10. Public access is moving. Well, the travel called.
Both coaches have cleared their benches, Coach. 31 seconds to go to get a lot of kids into the ball game now.
It's all over but the shout. It's 18-point lead, 57-39. Much closer ball game than as the score reflects right now. We cut it down to 6 in that fourth quarter. Josh Albin scores it. Peter Worm for the Golden Hawks. In the corner, Todd Coates, 24. That's the end of the game here at Rogers High School. And the final score is 57-41. We're going to take a break for a public service announcement, and then we'll be back with a wrap-up after this message.
A child's picture of the holidays shouldn't include lung disease, yet lung disease and breathing problems are the #1 killer of infants. And over 4 million children live with the threat of asthma attacks. But the American Lung Association is helping these children to become their own pictures of good health all year round. So help fight lung disease. Support this year's Christmas Seal campaign from the American Lung Association. Because when you can't breathe, nothing else matters.
Well, 57-41, the final score here, Coach. Rogers kind of taking control of it in the third quarter there, and had a lead at halftime, but really took control there in that second half.
Well, they had the great shooting quarter in the second quarter, 19 points, followed that up with 14. The game was, as we said, it was going to be fast-paced, up-tempo. Difference in the ball game is the shooting. Rogers able to put that ball down with a little bit more consistency, and Godwin extremely cold for 3.5 quarters, and finally found the range a little bit in the second quarter. So overall, they were only 17 for, it looks like 42, where Rogers came through with 22 buckets on 48 shots. So they did shoot a little better, and the defensive pressure in both teams was fantastic tonight. Watching them play, the tempo at both ends of the floor. But in the end, it was just a case of too much John Lewandowski, who took charge at both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively, and finally ended up with 21 points. Monty Cross on the other side of the board had 16. Bo Kennedy chipped in with 14, and 2 big threes by John Hudson in the third quarter really kind of opened the door for the Golden Hawks and sent them on their way.
But Lewandowski doing a great job underneath. Just a super workhorse underneath, but a good effort overall by the whole Rogers team. And, of course, our congratulations to Perry Paganelli and his team. And, of course, thanks to Rob Heisey and his crew. Good job. 2 good coaches, 2 fine coaches with 2 fine teams. And unfortunately, in every basketball game, there's a winner and there's a loser. And don't worry, there'll be a rematch of this one.
That's the best part, I think, for Godwin, is the fact that there is a rematch. And with this win, Rogers goes to 2-0 in the league, and it's got to get an upper hand. It's getting off to a very, very good start in the young season. But Godwin, only the 1 league loss, will be heard from.
Well, 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be at Godwin for the Middleville-Godwin game. Join us then on January 3, 1997, when we will be TV 10, WKTV, Wyoming, Kentwood. So for Lyle Berry and Pete Salamone and the whole crew here, we want to say thanks to the whole crew for working, and for all these guys, this is Ray Peuler saying good night and be good sports, everybody.